Hi team, today I want to talk to you about the key to being inspirational and the key to being seen as an awesome person to be around and an awesome leader. And that is this concept of centeredness, or to use a more common word, calmness, or inner peace as I like to say. The best leaders I work with are very centered and very calm, but don't take my word for it. There was a study last year done, 2017, done in America, which surveyed about 2,000 to 2,500 employees, and they said, look, what are the attributes and traits you find inspirational? And they found there were 33, but of those 33, one was really, really common, and that was this concept of centeredness. It came through time and again as being the most important and most inspirational trait. So how do you develop centeredness or calmness? Well, you can only do it if you go through a process of looking at your deepest fears. And the three most common fears, which you will recognize, are fear of conflict, fear of failure, and fear of rejection. And fear of rejection and fear of failure are two big enemies for leaders that I work with. Fear of conflict is also one where people don't want to deal with uncomfortable or difficult conversations with, let's say, a poor performing team member. How do you get over those fears? Well, you've got to go and work through them with somebody. And you've got to go back to your childhood and say, what are my deepest fears? That's the first question. And two, where do they come from? Usually coming from our past, usually when we're young. Now, that can be a very painful process, very difficult process. But if you talk to anybody that's been through a very traumatic experience in their life, they will all tell you the same thing. The only way they're able to get over that experience and move forward and have a fulfilling and successful and whole life is by going back and talking about it with somebody. Usually they talk about it with an expert in that area, a counselor or psychologist or a mentor or whatever it is. So I'm not saying that you can solve this in 5 minutes, but I highly recommend you sit down with someone, discuss what your deepest fears are, where they come from. That's a process that can last for a few months. It can last for a few years, depending on the situation. But when you get to the other side of that, you'll find very amazing things happen. Those fears disappear for you and you become very calm and centered. And that makes you a great person to be around, makes you very inspirational, and makes you the kind of person people want to run through brick walls for and walk over broken glass for. So let me know your thoughts around this, and most of all today, when you go out there and interact with people, be interested versus be interesting, and have a super fantastic day.